What is up, my slippery little parallelograms? It's your boy here. Your boy. Some of you may or may not know this, but I've been making YouTube videos for quite a long time, since the olden days of YouTube. And by that I mean about 2013 or so, 2014, somewhere in there. But I've been making videos since I was about 15. In that time, I've made a few hot and loaded cringe-tastic videos. Being an adolescent when I first started making YouTube videos, and also being an adolescent with severe social anxiety, my god, it's like the cringe oozed out of me. So I figured, you know, let's bring pain into my life and go back and look at the cringy, terrible things that I've done on videos. So yeah, let's dive into this little poopy. So, the first video on the channel, first ever video, I was like 15. I was announcing my first ever album release. Let's give a listen in on what young me has to say. Hello, Internet. My name, for those of you who do not know, is Christian Blevins. I am a local artist from Pensacola, Florida. So the first thing that pops out is that clearly I am not comfortable in front of this camera, which makes sense. I was a very anxious kid. I was a very to myself lad. I was not used to being the center of attention. I'm going to be releasing that within the next few days. On Friday, January 24th is the release date. It's going to be released that day. This is the day it's going to be released. It's going to be released that day. And on that day, the album will be released, as you might have guessed. So that's pretty much, you know, everything that goes on in that video. It's a short video. It's not too much action, but it was awkward. It's filled with that that irresistible kind of cringe. So the next video we're going to be talking about is Let's Play Minecraft Episode 1, The Beginning. Because apparently I didn't know how to spell beginning. This was my first ever gaming video. I got me a lovely little Elgato. I was so happy about it. And of course, you know, with your first gaming video from a teenager, of course it's gonna be me and a group of friends doing nothing in particular in a video game, being exceptionally uninteresting throughout the duration.
I'm leaving that village after I get.
Oh no, yeah, we're pillaging it.
Yeah, pillage the village.
Wait,
where y'all at? I sound so unenthused throughout this whole thing. Throughout all of these early videos, it's like I'm being forced to be there. That wasn't me, by the way, if that's what you're thinking. First off, you're gonna want to stand on this pretty little lily pad right here. What's up, music gamer? Well, my entertainment bones clearly were not quite strong enough yet. I hadn't been drinking that entertainment bone juice. The same holds true for my comedic bones. The comedic stylings of a teenage boy are among the best in the world. Let's start by getting some wood.
Are we going
in a good way? I'm out of sticks. Not the dirty kind, though. I used to think I was absolutely hilarious. And in addition to that, I thought I was, like, talented in so many weird ways that I was not talented in at all. Like, for example, I used to think I could pull off accents so well. I was like, I'm like an actor. I could pull off accents so well. Any accent. I'm gonna be the crocodile hunter. Oh, that one. Come on, mates.
Yeah,
We're gonna go catch some crocodiles. Don't keep going with it. Don't. Crikey. So clearly, me thinking that I was a master of accents, and also thinking I was a very witty person, I tried my hand at, you know, them classic Call of Duty troll videos. One in particular where I basically just spoke in a British accent, a very bad one, and tried to get a rile out of people. Look, that's me. There I am. Look, I'm famous. I'm famous. Hi, me.
Oh my god, he's trolling, Jesus.
Yo, they found me out right quick in that video. They did not give me the time of day. Let's go fight this war together. Come on. Charge! I'm like barely pulling off any accent. I'm gonna get under this plane. It's a stealth fighter, so I'm assuming if I get under it, I will also be a stealthy fighter. It's so painful to listen to, but I know this somehow when I was young, I was able to at least fool a handful of people into thinking I was actually British. There were actually several friends on my Xbox friends list, and there still might be, of people who added me genuinely thinking that I was a British kid. And whenever they hung out with me, I would whip out that British accent. I remember one time I even tricked a guy because I would put on the headset and talk in the British voice, and then I would be like, oh, my friend's here. He's an American. Y'all want to talk to him? And then I would take the headset off and jibble it around a bit to make it sound like I was passing it to someone. And then I would just put it back on my head and be like, yo, what's up, guys? I don't know how I managed to fool people, but I really think some people are just absolute lunatics. That's the only reason I'm able to get away with anything in life, just generally, is because there are lunatics out there who will buy anything. So on top of thinking I could speak accents like a professional linguist, I also thought, man, I think I'm kind of like an excellent writer too. I used to write such bad, moody poetry back in the day on old DeviantArt, and I would post crappy little short stories, and it was no good. None of them were very good. I deleted that profile long ago, and I'm very happy about it. But one thing that still remains from that old I'm a dramatic writer and I'm very deep moment in my childhood is this little short machinima weird like cinematic poetry. It's not even poetry. It's not really a machinima either. It's called The Great Escape, a GTA 5 machinima by Musi Gamer. And it's something. It is something.
The paradise that you all know and love is all a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
I also thought, I was like, oh man, I'm such a voice actor. You could really tell. I thought highly of myself. I was like, I could do anything. And really, I wish I still had that mentality. I wish I was ballsy enough to be like, I could do anything and try anything and then do it, even if it's a failure. Because that's kind of weirdly admirable. So this whole video is basically like, oh, this island that GTA takes place on is actually like a prison. And yeah, I'm trying to get off of it. And it's just like a monologue. There's not really any scenes until the end.
The island isn't a tropical getaway. It's the world's largest loony bin.
And then it just kind of transitions into me riding a motorcycle a very long way to very dramatic music. Nothing else happens. It's just high octane highway driving for like 4 minutes straight. There's no dialogue, there's no speaking. It's just I ride a motorcycle from point A to point B. And then the best part of this video is the very end, where my character is meant to be dying. He's meant to be crashing a helicopter into the water, screaming in agony. And of course, my acting ability is truly shown in this moment.
It just shut off. I'm falling. I have to get out of here. For God's sakes, help.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh God. Oh, I want to be all dramatic, but also my mom's in the other room.
Freedom is only achieved through death.
Ah, the deepness, y'all. The deepness. That hits hard. I'm shook. And one thing I love about my early channel is that you could go from something that I just took so seriously, that is obviously meant to be like so deep, make you think, and that I obviously made like a big deal of and tried to make it seem like, oh, I'm a deep thinker. And then the very next week I'd upload something like this. Waffles, a poem by Musi Gamer.
Toaster waffles. Glorious fucking waffles. They turn me on in the cold dark of the night. Do you want some? Well, suck a bodacious butt and get your own. Wafftastic.
The content whiplash must have put people through, which I wasn't putting anybody through it. I had like 2 subscribers at the time. But a lot of those early videos were heavily based around the comedic law that states that random equals funny. So a lot of those early videos were just absolute nonsense. That was the whole video. And that kind of random, weird humor kind of culminated into a little series I started making that I like to call my how-to videos. What would happen in them is I would take a common household item or task or something like that, and I would make a how-to video around it. But, y'all, here's the kicker. I would use them incorrectly. Now, ties, as most people do not know, were not meant to be used only as fashionable accessories to your business getup, but actually they were meant to be used as drinking tools. These are one of the few things that I can look back on and be like, yeah, I'm kind of proud of those. Some of them had some genuinely funny moments that I could still get a kick out of. Oh, my nipple's fine! Oh, my nipple's fine thanks to this wonderful thing! And the how-tos kind of pushed me in a direction of being like a parody channel. I was like, I could do parodies. I like parodies. I'm funny, clearly. So I started making like parody gaming tutorials. If a teammate is in trouble, try and lead more zombies their way. Parody reaction videos. Parody game pack opening videos. Heal zombie! Heal zombie! I find the fact that I got completely nude in the pack opening video hilarious. I'm still embarrassed by how badly I censored it, but it's hilarious that it exists and that it's still up and that it hasn't been completely shut down by YouTube, because I showed way more skin than I probably should have. But all of that is nothing compared to my parody game review show that I called Real Reviews. And let me tell you about Real Reviews, y'all. This is the bane of my existence. Of all of the old videos I ever made, the Real Reviews are the ones that I'm most ashamed of. And there's a very specific reason why that is, but we're gonna go through a few of them right now. So basically how Real Review works is it's another one of those classic random equals hilarious kinds of series. Real Review was just all about finding random nonsense things to say about a game and pretending like it had any merit in how the game was scored, like on a review scale. And it just made absolutely no sense. It was not funny. The first one was for Fallout 4, and I don't think this one was as bad. I bought this game thinking that it would be a Broadway musical about radioactive mice trying to make it in New York as actors. And in a weird way, it was. With a lot of imagination. And a lot of drugs. Plus 3 happy points. Man, I thought I was so onto something with this series, because I was like, I got this whiteboard, I got props now, I got sound effects with the little ding and like a weird point system that literally meant nothing. And I was like, my production value is through the roof. And especially after the Fallout 4 one, because after the Fallout 4 one, I started putting on my little suit jacket and a little tie. While playing this game, if you stick the controller into your left armpit, nothing will happen. Which is good, because it would be disturbing if something actually did happen. That wouldn't be natural. Plus 4 training wheels. None of it is funny. None of it is clever in any way. None of it makes any sense. It has no entertainment value. And yet I was so proud of it. I thought, this is the series that's gonna blow me up. So I did a few Real Reviews, and all of them were hot jams. They were hot jams. The game has the ability to communicate with humans telepathically, which seems rather cool until you realize that it only ever talks about its fondness for smoking marijuana. And someone really should have stopped me. Someone really should have said, hey, these aren't all that good. You shouldn't continue this. They're bad. Stop it. It's time to stop. But nobody did that, so I continued and did a Real Review of Overwatch. And this one I thought was so good that I decided to share it with the Overwatch subreddit, which was a mistake I regret to this day. The response I got from that subreddit was so harsh that I had to delete the first upload of the video and re-upload it because the like to dislike ratio was so bad that it embarrassed me, and I just didn't want any more Reddit people to see it anymore. And somehow a few of them noticed that I deleted it, and they went out of their way to still find it and dislike the video, which is fair. It was awful. This video is trash. Guys, oh my god, guys. You know how, never mind. -1 forgotten point. Brandana. Like a bandana made of bran. That's just a funny thought I had. Thought I should share. Carry on. +3 brandanas. That brandana line is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life because it means nothing. It's not funny. It's just lol. So random, I'm so random, please laugh at me, please. It was pointed out in one of the Reddit comments when I was trying to defend myself. It was like, well, I mean, I think my sense of humor is just a little different than y'all's, but, you know, I respect y'all's opinion. And then this commenter shot back, Brandana, how is that supposed to be funny in any way? And I was like, that comment really made me open my eyes and be like, wow, actually, now that you pointed out and I'm looking at it objectively, that's not funny at all. That's not at all funny. That's not comedic. That's not entertaining. This is awful. This is an awful video. And that kind of sent me on a weird like spiral of content creator doubt, kind of like an epiphany I had that I was like, dang, I am not as entertaining as I thought I was. And I didn't even notice it until I started making this video, but after this real review went up, there was maybe like one other video after this, and then it was not many videos at all for years. My focus mostly shifted to live streams after this point, and I think, I mean, I don't know, but I think that real review could have had something to do with it and the reaction I got from Reddit. But honestly, it was a lesson I needed to learn because clearly I wasn't making good content. I wasn't as entertaining as I thought I was. I needed someone to knock me off the high horse I built for myself. And weirdly enough, that whole experience kind of pushed me into being more of the person that I am now, both as a creator and as like a general person, because it made me realize, you know, I had a high opinion of myself. I was very, I guess, egotistical. I thought I could do no wrong. I thought I was hilarious, and I thought my content was flawless. This really showed me that, no, dude, you kind of suck at what you were doing. Making this video has actually been kind of weirdly cathartic because I've never really gone back and looked at the old stuff in this kind of way, like in a way to see like what was bad about it. Let's look at what's bad about it. Let's laugh at it. Let's make fun of it. And let's realize, well, let's hope that we're better now. But that's pretty much it for this video. I just kind of wanted to laugh at my old antics and, you know, see how truly bad I was back then. Everybody have such the wonderful day. Take so much care of yourself. Drink water. Exercise regularly. And you know what? Your boy's gonna see you in the next one. Y'all, I'm outie.
Nobody compares me, I'm so first of all. Love when you're still